Hola, soy Maria. Welcome to New South Wales School of Languages. I'm here to talk to you about the Spanish Extension course. For 2025 and 2030, the extension text for Spanish is El Último Vagón by Ángeles de Oñate. Ical is a student of Don Ernesto in the school Malinali de Nepatl. 30 students will discover life thanks to a passion of their teacher. A black and white photo of them sleeps in a forgotten file of the Ministry of Education. Years later, this will become the worst nightmare of Hugo Valenzuela, an inspector. Now, with this text, we're going to explore the rationale of the Spanish extension course. So the extension course builds on the knowledge and skills of continuers, and it provides students with the ability to develop greater competence and fluency in the language and explore contemporary issues in Spanish. The aim of the course is to enhance students' knowledge and understanding of a range of issues reflected in contemporary Spanish texts, while extending their ability to use Spanish for communication, creative thought, and expression. The objectives of the course are two. The first is to present and discuss opinions, ideas, and points of view in Spanish. And the second is to evaluate, analyze, and respond to texts that are in Spanish, and reflect the culture of Spanish-speaking communities. Now, for internal assessment, there are three components: text analysis, writing, and speaking. These are weighted differently. Speaking is worth 20%, and the other two components are worth 40%. The final product. So by the end of the course, you'll be able to answer questions about the novel in Spanish, but you'll be answering those questions in English. For part B, you'll be creative writing from the point of view of one of the characters, and you'll be doing this in Spanish. For writing, you'll be required to write approximately 300 words in Spanish on the prescribed issues, which we'll explore shortly. And speaking, you'll be giving a 3-minute speech called a monologue, where you talk about the prescribed issues. The planning time for that is 7 minutes. We'll go into more details shortly. Now, the assessment dates, so there's 3 assessments. Assessment 1 is early term 1, so next year. And then assessment 2 is mid-term 2. And final assessment for this is your trial exams, assessment 3 and early term 3. Now, for the HSC exam, there is the oral exam, which is the monologue, where you're given 7 minutes of preparation time with the question and then 3 minutes to speak on the issue. The written examination is 1 hour and 50 minutes, where you respond to prescribed texts and writing in Spanish. Now, what are you going to study? So the novel study, the prescribed extracts are 12. They're stated on the NESA website. So we'll be exploring some pieces of the novel. It's still important that you understand the whole story, but we'll be exploring 12 distinct extracts from the novel that you'll get to know in depth. Now, for the prescribed issues, there are 3. So we're exploring the quest for identity, relationships, and the role of education. And within those are the subheadings and examples that you can see on screen now. We explore a range of issues, and we also look for related texts to accompany our novel study. So we encourage students to explore film, media, and other prescribed issues and identify those to bring those into your ideas. Now, the prescribed issues within the text, you'll be exploring through the lens of the quest for identity, relationships, and the role of education. You'll be creating original texts, identifying how meaning is conveyed in the novel, evaluate linguistic and cultural features within the novel, and analyzing the socio-cultural context of the novel. The novel is written by a Spanish author, but it is set in Mexico. So it's an interesting juxtaposition there. Now, the course structure of the New South Wales School of Languages Spanish Extension course We deliver the course in 32 modules, and you'll be doing online quizzes, having discussions with your teachers and your classmates. You'll be doing some written submissions and reflecting. Each week you have a written submission, and then you'll be completing speaking lessons with your teacher. Face-to-face lesson days occur once per term, and in term 4 this year, you'll start to engage with the novel and the prescribed issues. In the continuing terms, in terms 1 to 3 next year, you'll be deepening your understanding of the prescribed issues, the extracts of the novel, and the Spanish language. So what are the benefits of Spanish extension? Well, firstly, you're going to build and consolidate about the work that you're completing in continuous. In addition, you can engage with real-world political, social, and cultural issues in Spanish. Talk about what matters to you in relation to the prescribed issues and gain confidence at a high level of proficiency in the language. You get to open yourself up to future possibilities such as travel, tertiary study, exchanges, and using Spanish in the workplace. And finally, you can find personal and academic satisfaction. You'll be proud of the language and post-school skills that you'll learn. So what will we do in the Spanish extension course? So we learn about the novel through the lens of the prescribed issues we mentioned earlier, and we relate that to life in Australia or in Spanish-speaking communities. You collaborate with peers and your teachers to express your understanding, consolidate and extend your Spanish language and cultural knowledge, and learn new text types and language structures. What does the HSC exam look like? Now, a screenshot on the right there, you can see the general instructions and the total marks. So in part A, this is worth 15 marks, and you'll be answering questions about the novel in English. In part B, it's worth 10 marks. You'll be writing from the perspective of a character in the novel. It's an empathy task, so you get into the shoes of one of the characters that you know well and write from their perspective in Spanish, approximately 200 words. Then finally, in the writing section, you'll be writing approximately 300 words in Spanish relating to the prescribed issues. And the oral examination. So as mentioned earlier, 7 minutes to prepare and a 3-minute monologue. Here's an example on screen now of a question. You get a choice between 2 questions. So question 1, los amigos son esenciales para hacer frente a la vida. Comenta. Question 2, ¿crees que la sociedad actual integra a las personas que no han tenido acceso a la educación? So in your monologue, you'll provide a standpoint and bring in your arguments. It's important that you use that 7-minute preparation time to deliver your monologue. Finally, studying extension at New South Wales School of Languages, if you are looking at applying and you're a current continuous student, you can ask your teacher about the extension course, and we'll provide you with an EOI that will be sent to the New South Wales School of Languages. Inform your teacher that you're interested so we can send you an expression of interest form. If you currently don't study with us, new students can go to the New South Wales School of Languages website and obtain an application form. Thank you very much for your time listening, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you.